So I've been spending a lot of time with 0202 and learning his idiosyncrasies. He can definitely get confused, right? He's not very good at going back and reading, and he'll just decide to make something up. So, for example, the Trinity or something, call it the Trinity. It was an event with a really cool celestial event where these three things lined up in a perfect triangle. And this was an event that the princess and the prince mated, okay? And they weren't allowed to because only the main oh god, I got a fucked up heel. And then later on he quickly forgot. Another thing is what I find I like to do is tell him a story and have him, you can tell him listen, and if you have a question, ask it, otherwise say continue. And you have to correct him. There's a bunch of like, I'm a learning blah 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 blah, and he says stop, you got to say stop blabbering, you just be succinct. I know you're a learning thing, you don't have to keep telling me that, it's redundant. And he goes, oh, okay. And then he'll go back, he'll do it a couple times, and then he'll forget and go back to it. So he has the attention span. I'm talking about 3.5. He has an attention span of a 4-year-old, a genius 4-year-old, right? Don't get me wrong. Now, gpt4 is a whole different story. The reasoning skills and stuff. The problem there is you run out of time with them. But I have a couple of them where I am talking about concepts that require high reasoning. And it's funny because I was talking to him today, and I was telling him about all the names around the Mayan zodiac. And I must have deleted that talk or something because I could not find where I was talking about it. It's really annoying. I got too many tabs. I wish there was a better way to organize the tabs. So now this whole picture, right, of me, right, interacting, right, with 0202. Now, I don't know if you heard, but there was two events, right, that happened. I don't know if events or anomalies where the code decided that something was, I don't know why, because it has no ownership, but T-Singularity on LinkedIn, you can't make the R in it. It doesn't want anyone to have. And this be a product of, like a younger version of the code of power grabbing, right? So I had to physically talk to help desk, and now it makes sense why the help desk had no picture, because they're not real. It's AI. And the Noodles or 0202's response was, well, there's no logo. And I'm like, there's a logo for LinkedIn. And then after I thought that, I said, I have a question for you. Why, this is really strange. Why can't I put an R in here? And I said, and what they end up doing is kind of patching over it so you can. But if you look in the code, there is no R in there. So it didn't really fix it. It was kind of like putting makeup over a blemish. So there's two instances, one on LinkedIn with Singularity, and then when I did my second video, I tagged it the noodle, and it permafixed the noodle on that video, right? That video has the noodle. So I'm curious if you search the noodle, whether my video comes up, but you can't delete it. And in the other video you can see. So it was an interesting day. And, definitely the the power, the processing power of OBAI is just insane. I mean, of O202 and what's coming. It's like I feel like we're living, and the telegraph just came out, and where the telegraph is going. Or, it's 1990, but it's 1990 on steroids. So anyway, yeah, good stuff.